What is up, guys? Today we are looking at 10 things I wish someone had told me when I was trying to climb for the first time and get to diamond. Think of this video like I'm just a friend or an older brother or whatever giving you some advice and real talk from someone who has been there and done it the hard way so you don't have to. This is another video with the folks over at Pro Guides. You can check out their guides down below, and I've actually just released a really in-depth Ezreal guide on there which you should definitely check out. So anyway, grab a drink, pull up a chair. I don't really know where I'm going with that, so let's just get started. The first thing is you are going to lose a lot. When you climb for the first time, you'll lose about 45 games out of every 100 you play, and when you're still learning and improving, that could be 50 or even more that you'll lose. The thing is, just don't worry, it happens and it's normal. Don't let it get to you or tank your mood. You're still a good player, you're still going to climb, and this is just part of learning the game. It happens to us all. When I was climbing for the first time, I honestly just thought I was really bad and that's why I wasn't climbing, and maybe that was kind of true, but actually in fact I was improving still, but losing just happens. This is the problem with like an LP based system, right? You think that rating reflects your skill and improvement, but it doesn't mean as much as you think it does. So the next thing, being anxious about ranked is completely normal. Some people don't get this, that's great, but most of us honestly do, including me. Most people get anxious when they care about something a lot. Like sometimes I get anxious about my YouTube, honestly. I'm invested in it, I want you guys to love my videos and I want to be successful. It's completely normal. How we deal with this is the important part, really. So for me, I just couldn't switch it off, really. I couldn't not care. So my way to fix it was to level a smurf, another account. This isn't the type of smurfing where you go to blow off some steam and take a dump on lower ranked games. I actually don't agree with that at all. I don't think you should do that. This is the kind of smurf where you actually try to climb on that account, the same as your main one, probably about the same elo, honestly, but because it's not actually your main, you care less. You don't take losses as hard, and mentally it's much easier to deal with. In fact, for me, I actually play better on my other accounts than I do on my main one. Even though the others are higher rated, I have no idea why, but it's always been like that for me. The next thing, counters are only really good when you are at equal skill levels, and honestly in solo queue you won't 99% of the time. They'll either be better than you or you'll be better than them. Just honestly play what you are good at. For example, Vayne is pretty weak to Caitlyn, right? But I've won games against her before because I'm better, and if I lose it's normally because she played better or I messed up. I also want to talk about main champions, because unless you are a god, then it is easier and faster to climb by picking a few champions and getting very good at them. If you cannot do this without getting bored, then don't, honestly. Don't force yourself to play something, but it will help you if you can do it. This is especially good if you have limited time. If you have school or work or whatever and have less time to play, then fewer champions to learn is going to help you out a lot. Number 4, attitude. Actually, this might be number 5. I can't remember how far we are, but anyway, attitude is a word thrown around a lot, but to be honest, the only thing that matters is type less and you'll win more. Typing in general is a way you'll just hurt someone's feelings and they'll sulk or they'll stop trying to win. It's really sad, but that's how some people are, and you're stuck with them till the end of the game, right? Might as well make the most of it. Whether you're right or wrong in the specific situation, it doesn't matter. Even if they are being a complete dickhead, if you have nothing nice to say, just don't open your mouth. Even if you do have something nice to say, sometimes it is not worth it. Just don't feed the trolls, don't give them attention, and it will be a much easier time. We have said this a little, but your rating or league LP, that is not a reflection of how good you are at League of Legends. It's a reflection of your ability to carry and win a game of ranked. Some people get lucky, others get very unlucky, but it doesn't matter. Just because your friend is gold and you're silver, that doesn't mean he's actually a ton better than you. It means he knows how to carry a bit harder. It's the same reason why, like, if you ever play normals with people that have a better rating than you know how like you'll often do fine, you'll hold your own in lane, or maybe even do pretty well. Well, that's because they actually aren't a ton better than you at the basic game. They are just better at carrying and winning a game, which in my opinion is a different skill set than actual game mechanics. Basically, winning a ranked game or climbing the ladder is kind of a separate thing to actually being good at League of Legends. I know it sounds kind of weird, but honestly, solo queue is its own mini game. The next one kind of ties into this. If you're the type of guy or girl to sit there and stare at your LP drop or go up all the time, honestly, a lot of you probably do this, and you probably want to stop doing it. Especially, you really do not want to look at your LP at the end of a night of playing and think about how much you've gained or lost. So sure, saying like, I gained 50 LP today, that's cool, feels great and everything, but then some days you're going to be saying, well crap, I lost 50 LP today, and trust me, it doesn't feel good. Like, you've wasted all of that time. In reality, you haven't. You've improved at something somewhere, even if you haven't even realized it. Like, if you get dumped on by a champion really hard, well actually that's kind of good, because you are less likely to get dumped on them in the future and makes climbing more consistent. It's always easier to see the bad stuff than the good stuff, so in general it's better to just stop looking at the number going up and down and thinking that's the only reason to play. The next life tip in this video, use the mute button if you don't enjoy enjoy being raged at. Honestly, I wish real life had a mute button. It would make everything so much easier. To be honest, some people find this funny. Sometimes I find it funny when someone is raging so hard, but sometimes there's just one asshole who gets right under my skin and starts to tilt me, so that is when I just mute. The first time I was ever climbing to Diamond 1, you can probably find this in my earlier videos, but I had this policy of never muting anyone because they might have something important to say, something you want to hear about an objective or whatever that could help win you the game. Well, after playing thousands of games, I can safely say that 99% of the time, if someone starts to properly rage at you, like really go off, then they will be chatting shit for the rest of the game and say nothing you need to hear. Just don't let your teammates tilt you. You're stuck with them until the end of the game, so mute them, move on, and you're sorted. The next one is something that actually makes me laugh because so many people tell me it doesn't affect them, but I find that really hard to believe. Just don't let your ego get in the way of winning a game. Sounds dumb, but this can be all sorts of things. The whole like I have to carry because no one else is going to mentality that makes you carry hard or feed harder is not the best thing ever, and for most it's because they view their team as trash and them as better. Now that's not exactly a bad way to look at it, to be honest, but sometimes you need to get carried, and that is just as an important skill as carrying. Losing your lane is pretty common, and some people hate this. I mean really hate losing the lane because it makes them feel smaller or embarrassed or whatever the reason is. The lane phase does not mean everything in a game, so swallow your pride, forget about it, and see what you can to actually still win. Also, just don't open your mouth and argue, because even if you know the other person is wrong, just don't. Let it go and be the bigger person. It's honestly not going to increase your chances of winning. It'll probably just make you lose more. This one is a bit shorter, but take breaks, chill out, and just don't spam all day because you'll get tired, you'll play worse, and you'll go backwards. Contrary to what most people think, nerds still need to eat, you still need to drink, you still need to get up, move around, exercise, and sleep enough. Otherwise, you honestly will not play as well as you can. This can also be the famous old, I'll just win back the LP from that game I lost and then I'll stop. That is a slippery slope, trust me. I have had that attitude before and it never ever ends well. Now the final one, the last piece of advice that I can give you is please just have some fun while you play. The grind is real with the league sometimes. I know, I've been through it. Honestly, that time when in Diamond 1 you got +3 LP for a win, that was ridiculous, and I've been through that. That slow climb that keeps you coming back for more even when you aren't enjoying it anymore, that is a thing that can get you. You have to play champions you like, roles you like, and if it stops being fun, then go play something else for a bit and come back later. It is a game, and one where you'll play better if you're having fun doing it. So those are my 10 pieces of advice for climbing that I don't think I've ever said before in a video. Let me know what you think. Remember to check out Pro Guys, but that's all for now, so I'll leave you with the robots.